Yes, guys. Here we are, Armor 3. So, this is something that I thought about doing before, but then I thought I don't think a lot of people would be really that bothered about doing stuff like this. To me, which is playing Armor very realistic, right? Now, I'm assuming there's probably a lot more people playing Armor offline than online. I'm not sure, right? So I'm very new to Armor myself. However, Armor is top level stuff. I'm not gonna lie, it's like really good. And it's even way better if you actually play Armor realistically. And realistically doesn't mean a million mods, right? You can add as much mods as you want. At the end of the day, if your gameplay is Call of Duty's type, you will always play Call of Duty type, regardless of how many mods you actually have, right? However, I do know Armor can also get boring, just running from objective to objective, shooting. I mean, like that's the fun side of Armor. To be honest, is not that, right? So, what I want to do, I want to see if I can put some videos out there that will enhance um, people's gameplay, especially in single player dynamic campaign, right? So let's take, using stuff like this dynamic campaign, which I prefer dynamic campaign stuff than going into the mission editor and actually creating my mission. Do you mean like I already know where the enemies are? That's not going to test me because I place you there. Like I program you to do these sort of things, but it's good when you can use like the dynamic universal war system, which that will just place enemy behavior and everything like completely at random. That is way better. I mean, that's way better way of playing Armor than using mission editor. Fair enough. If you are a developer and you develop missions, okay, that's different. But you want something dynamically changing over time, right? Situation changing. You have to adapt, adjust. Do you mean like make decisions? All these sort of things is what really you want to be tested on, and that's what makes Armor fun, right? For me, anyway, playing, right? So what I'll do is I'll start off, okay, by just going through little things like tactical navigation. Okay, there's so many times I've seen people just go from point A to point B and they've basically gone straight over the world highest mountain, and only because the AI soldiers are not the best, you don't get shot. Do you know what I mean? Right. So I'll just run through a few little things that it may or may not enhance your gameplay, Armor gameplay. So here we go. First thing first, what we'll do, right? We'll head into this. We're heading into this little bad boy here. That, right? And you'll see why. Now in Armor, one of the beautiful thing about Armor is loadouts. The more weight you add on, is the heavier you get. The more equipment you carry, is the heavier you get. Do you mean I'm not going to go into loadouts, right? So much, but what I'll do is I'll load that, and let's try. Okay, so if you just look at my running speed at the minute, my sprinting speed, this is 22. Oh, sorry, it's running speed. Sorry, 18, right? Okay, so my running speed is 18. It's 14 now because obviously I run out of breath, right? So that's a stamina thing. Um, okay, so I'm somewhat of a whatever pace that is, right? So 14. We don't want to sprint the whole way. So we need to work off that 14 speed. Okay. So let's bring it down to 14. Let's try to go. Right. So here we go. So we're at 14. So we maintain this pace and you'll see why. So what we need to do, right, guys, when it comes to armor, can I see? We need to add a little bit of a realistic feel to it. So being able to actually see where you are, so you know, like friendly tags, right? We need to get rid of that. I'm not sure if I can do it from here, right? But we need to get rid of that friendly tag stuff, right? That needs to go. That's one, right? Obviously, okay, so I can't see myself, but cool, right? That needs to go. However, how do you now navigate from point A to point B, not knowing exactly where you are, right? How do you work out distance and all these sort of stuff, and when to turn left, when to turn right? Now, Armor, it's got this thing that's really good. That, to be honest, not a lot of people actually use it. I don't think I've ever seen anyone use it before, because you got this friendly tag so you can see yourself, okay, or the map GPS. This in the real world, right? We use this for two things really. Why the watch is really handy. So if you call in, for example, um, fire support, right? So mortars, fire mission, you might have an attack hour, right? So let's say attack hour is 0600, right? Is the H hour. So that's the attack hour, right? That's what we call it. H hour is 0600. Okay. So you might then say, right, at 0600 minus 2, I want 2 minutes of rapid fire from the machine guns. Okay. Which means at 5:58, the machine guns will be going off for 2 minutes. Right. So that's what that means. H minus 2, HR minus 2, right? But we'll say H minus 2 because everyone will be briefed that the attacker hour is 6 a.m. in the morning. Okay. Now, that's one way for the watch. Another reason for the watch is to do your distance. Okay. So in the real world, right, we got watch we can use. So take GPS out of it. We're doing old school now. Old school um, compass and map with the watch, right? Okay. So first thing first, what you need to do is basically select your loadout, right? That will give you the weight, your weight. Okay. And then what you then need to do is find 100 meters. Okay. Beautiful thing is in armor, you can see at the bottom right, target. Right. So that's 48 meters away. That's 98 meters. Okay. We work with that. 98 meters. Okay. So on him, 98 meters. Okay. So we use a rangefinder, right? And just laser 100 meters. 100 meters, right? So that's one bit finished. Okay, what you need to do is find where you are, and from where you are to the target is 100 meters, right? 98 meters. Let's say 100. Let's see if you get which one that is. So it's the one that this there, not him, right? This one. So let's work out how many people we got to go down. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so the sixth person. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Now what you need to do is basically get this clock or the watch, right? Wait for it to reach the half past. And what you need to do is basically walk 100 meters. And let's go. Right, let's see how long it takes us to get there. So our speed is 14. 25 seconds, right? So it takes us 25 seconds to get to this point. So 100 meters, 25 seconds. So if I go now, I should get back to that box, right? Starting point. Okay, and it should be by the box when the seconds hands reach 30. Okay, because we started 5 seconds after the o'clock. There you go, bang on, right by the box. Okay, cool. That's part one finish. Okay, so the next bit that we'll do is we'll actually go outside and show you how that works outside on the ground itself. Okay, so I catch you outside, guys. Okay, so now we're outside. Let's take a look at this, right? Now we're outside. So we got main HQ, right? Friendly tags are off. Okay. What do we know? We know 25 seconds using the clock. 25 seconds is 100 meters, right? That's what we know. Say, let's take that off. Okay. Right. What we're going to do, we're going to just do a, what should we say? Should we do, be a map reading? Be a navin? Okay, so let's go, let's make this RV1. Right, RV1. This is going to be very easy, this one. Right, but just to prove a point. Oh, man. RV1. Okay, 2. Get to this one here, 2. Right, and we come back to main base, right? TB. RTB, right? So we're going to go there, there, and then back. Right. So bearing to that is, okay. So if you can't really see it like this, just line it up. Line it. Oh, you know what? If I get a better, let's get better lining. Try and get this straight. Ideally, we need like a ruler or something. Right, but that's cool. Right, put that red line on a line there. Okay, first of all, I forgot to say this. So the grids, each grid square is 100 meters. So if you look at the map, this is a 3 grid northerns and 3 going easterns, right? Northerns, easterns. So it's a 6-figure grid. Now if you go like that, you get yourself 2, 2. That's a 4-figure grid. So this square now is 1,000 meters. So from that corner to that corner is 1,000, or that line to that line 1,000, or that line to that line 1,000. Right, so 1,000, 1,000. So from this point to that point is 2K. Right, this is 100 meters. So one from this point to, hang on, from this point to that point is 200 meters. Okay, let's get a straight line going across this side, and let's go straight line in. Okay, so all we're doing now is just showing the pacing, how the pacing work using the clock. Right, so that's what's that? South. Okay, so we're looking at 220. Wait a minute, let's see. Yeah, roughly. Yeah, work at 220. We should hit a refueling station. Let's work out how far that is, right? So that's pretty much halfway in this box. So that line there is halfway. So let's say that's 50. We're almost at this end. So, right, okay, cool. So cancel it out. Start from there. So let's say 1, 2, 3. Okay, roughly about 300 meters. We should hit 300 meters, right? We should hit that petrol refueling station, right? 300 meters. No, that's saying it should be roughly about 1 minute 30 seconds, right? We should arrive there. So it's 300 meters. Okay. So we need to head south. So bearing 220. Let's put star for degrees. Right. 300 meters. And it should take us roughly 1 minute 30 seconds, right, to get there. Okay, just let's see if that works. Right, so that's where we're heading, 220 bearing. Right, you can do other stuff to make sure. We see we got a road there, we got a track. Right, so it's the other side of the track, right? So there's a track right there. Right, I'm sure I can see it naked eye. Is it that side? Yeah, there's a sign. Okay, so 240. Yeah, it's probably that. But right, here we go. Let's see. So we say 1 minute 30. Okay, we'll wait until it reach the second hand reach half past, and then we go. So 1 minute 30 should take us to get there. Roughly that. I mean, so we should be in and around that sort of area. Right, so let's go. Right, so we're not sprinting pace, we're just walking pace. Right, obviously you got to give and take the terrain in terms of elevation. So if you're going uphill, obviously that's going to slow us down a little bit. Likewise, going downhill, that's going to speed us up. So give or take few seconds either side. So add time on, seconds on for uphill, take seconds off for downhill. And you also got to factor in a lot more tactical stuff than this, like not just beeline it to the objective, right? So that's 1 minute. We've got 30 seconds. Okay, but clearly you can see we're in and around that sort of area now. Right, just to prove that it does actually work. Right. Okay, guys. Okay, we got 5 seconds. And there you go. 1 minute 30 seconds, and here we are. Right, just to prove that we actually here. Clearly you can see that we are, but just to prove that we actually here, what we'll do is turn the tag on. Right, there we go. Obviously you can do little things by putting that on and say, right, we need to go southeast corner. So if you want to go to this corner, right, then you put the compass on the building, right? And then if you say, right, meet at southeast corner of the building, then compass on it, southeast corner is there, right? So that's what we need to head to. Southeast corner. Okay, so right, southeast corner. Then we need to meet down here. Right, so that's getting a little bit more So if you're meant to meet someone and they say meet at the southeast corner of this building, right? This is where we're basically meeting. So you put, so there we go. Right, so you put that on there, southeast corner, boom. North off the building would be up here. West of the building, south, right? You get it, right? So let's just test it one more time. What we're gonna do, right? We're just gonna move over to this building over here, right? So from our position, we need to head east. Okay, east, and distance is, so that's 50. So 1, 2, 3. Say so 350. So that should be, oh, let's check. Let's work out the maths here. Right, so 1 minute 45 seconds. Right, heading east. 1 minute 45 seconds heading east. Should take us to that building. Right, and let's go. So again, guys, like I say, if you're doing this tactically, where you're moving into position, having a look, all these things, right, you can factor those in as well. Obviously, doing this in the daytime is fine. Okay, I can see the building. There are the two up there. Right, so that's 100 meters gone. Okay, coming up to 200 meters now. Right, when it's reached 0 o'clock, that's 200 meters. Okay, 200 meters. Right, it should be 350. Right, coming up to 300 meters. Right, got 15 seconds. Remember, we did it to, I think we did it to that point. Right, but you get it, guys. We're in and around the area now, so you should be opening your eyes and just having a look. Right. Same principles at night, right? At night is exactly the same principles, and this is even way more apparent, like way more in the pitch black with fog. So what I'll do, right? Obviously, we'll be heading back that way, right? So, on, right, we're heading pretty much north. Okay, so we'll just head back over there. Right, let's just run. Or should I say sprint? Okay, so there you go, guys. That is a way we can use the clock or the watch. Right, so we're back. So you see, guys, we don't need to have the tags in, right? Makes it way more challenging and fun. Imagine you actually taking, you leading a squad or a section